Peace to the collective, peace to the tribe. It's the Hood Mystic representing Cedario.com. It ain't nothing on there yet. I'm about to put a little splash page and collect y'all emails. So if you watch this video past 12 o'clock today, you could go to Cedario.com. Definitely be an email to let people know. I'll be sending out emails letting people know when the site is up. But along with the site is going to be a community that I've already been building. So if y'all got any extra time and energy, go ahead and go over to the Mystery School. I'm going to put it in the chat because the Mystery School is not spelled with school. It's spelled with 2 X's representing the divine feminine double X chromosome. So peace to the family. Hope y'all are able to tap in with me as, you know, we begin to expand and we talk about real shit. This don't really have nothing to do with me, but I feel like it might have something to do with you or your family. And it's a lot of shit that people do sneakily on the under. You know, you never hear about a person buying weed, but you always see them smoking it. You never see a person doing drugs, but you never hear a person buying the drug, but you always see them doing it, or you see them high thereafter. So we do a lot of sneaky shit out here in these streets, and I'm not separate from that. But I do want to talk about buying pills from people in this day and age. I don't care what you're going through. Be very, very cautious about buying pills from people. Now, I done heard too many stories of people taking pills. Like, too many. I know y'all have heard stories too. Because when they talk about specific epidemics and pandemics and things of that nature, they might even call it a plandemic. But one of the most important parts of the plan is high drug usage. High drug usage has you in the fairy tale fantasy land. It never has you deal with, the point of you doing any drug, alcohol, food, even food, like heroin, weed, everything that we choose to do, coffee, everything is based upon our inability to deal with the pain. I tell you right now, if I don't drink no caffeine, at a certain point of the day, I get a headache. And then I'll be like, all right, let me just drink some coffee. Which, it don't happen every day. And I've been learning different techniques. Like my wife makes me chicory root with my coffee. So it's weaning out the pain phase. But it was a time where if I did not have coffee, I would have a headache. And that's pain. And I didn't even want to deal with that pain. Maybe I had a reading. Maybe I just wanted to be present with my family, present with my children, and I would have to drink that coffee. But that's an addiction. And I'm saying that that's bad. But sometimes, like, that's horrible to drink coffee to avoid, but that's not going to kill me yet. You know, that's why I'm, like, even for me, I'm not saying that I'm a good person or a bad person. But I'm saying I had nicotine addictions, all types of nicotine addictions. It was cigarettes, Black and Milds, all types of shit. I don't smoke that shit at all. If a tobacco thing come around me, I start getting nauseous. So even though you have these addictions, you can start like waning moons. It's time to wane. Don't try to get rid of all your addictions at once. Get rid of your nasty ones. And one of the most nastiest addictions of all is pills. That's Pluto and Scorpio generation. Because my generation, they might take a pill here and there, but for the most part, we don't really deal with that. We don't really deal with the pill usage. But I can't really understand how y'all get the pills, why y'all do the pills, but I know y'all doing them. And a most important thing for men is something that I go through with children. When you have a wife, when you have a partner, you got to prepare for postpartum depression if you got children. And you got to educate yourself. You got to know the warning signs. You got to know when to back off. You got to know all of this. You got to know when to take all of the kids and figure something out. Not even like take them to the park or something. Because it's a difficult thing emotionally, psychologically, and then at the same time, you probably still got to pay the bills. Because a person is feeling a certain way, that don't stop the world from moving. So be very, very mindful of your partner the whole entire time y'all got children. And it ain't saying that you got to do something completely out the way, but just be there. If you can come into that woman's home and you can sit there and play your game or get on the computer or whatever you going to do, just do it, right? But stay present in your relationship. Men, stay present in your homes with your children, because you can say you love your children. If you love your children, think about this and tell me if y'all agree. If you love your children, then isn't the mental well-being of the mother part of loving your children? If you have a child and you say, if you say, I got a child and I love my child, then you must, for the emotional reason, right? Not the mental logical reason, right? The mental logical stuff is that, hey, I need to go get some money. I need to pay these bills. I need to da-da-da-da-da. That's logical, mental. It makes a lot of sense to you. It makes a lot of sense to her. But emotionally, we've gone so far to miss out on our emotional intelligence. Our emotional intelligence saying, I need you present. I need your love. I need your health. I need your vitality. I need your strength. I need your wisdom. Your emotions can tell you these things, but verbally you'll never say that, because adoration, I don't know, adoration must be like a what is adoration? Adoration is like the boogeyman to y'all, right? To tell a person that you giving your treasure to that I adore you. It's not to say, I mean, you can say it before you give them the treasure. You can say it before, you can tell it to her after you get the treasure. But at the same time, it's like emotionally, when you're intimate with a person, the spiritual understanding is development. The tantric understanding is development. And that development is going to hit a crossroads when you deal with the emotions that happen after you have a child. How I understand it, a woman is hormonally depleted and unbalanced, and it takes some time to get that system in order. Now, if you're thinking mentally and logically about life, you're not doing anything to help the situation. Because what will help the situation is your mere presence, your mere psychic ability to be aware of the moments where you need to pick up the baby, the moments do you say, hey, y'all want to go out, take a ride, the moments that you just got to be there. And a lot of times when you a father and you serious about fatherhood, the only thing that matters is your family. It's no clout. It's no money. It's no success. It's nothing. It's a weird place to be as a father when you're trying to understand this with no instruction manual. The ego situation surrounding parenthood, depression, and all of these things is that we're not taking the tribal time and understanding for our seeds, for our whizzes. We're running the streets. We're getting to the bag. Right? Good idea. I mean, whoever cares, right? But we're getting to the bag. We got a couple of girls in the stash, right? So if we got to, imagine you being a serious father, a serious father to your children. Now, we're going to X out the children. We're not talking about the children. What is you got to rewind it if you just now getting here. The most important part of loving your child is loving their mom. Y'all get me? Because there's no way you can say, I love that child, but fuck your mama. Those two things can't exist in the same space. So you can say, fuck the children and fuck the baby mama, but y'all need to stop all of the cap telling me how you care for your kids, but you're not with their mother. Well, the mother got another boyfriend. Well, she got two boyfriends now, because them your kids. And it's not about her loving you, because now we got to walk this situation up. Because down here, you want a woman to love you or treat you a certain type of way. But if you got kids, none of that shit matters. That don't matter. Because the most important part of loving your child is loving the mother. Check. So moving forward, the ancestors agree with me. My right ear started ringing immediately. See, y'all skipped that part. Y'all talk about y'all kids. Don't talk about the baby mama. Y'all talk about y'all kids, but don't talk about the baby daddy. It don't work like that. So postpartum depression is this ideology. And this is a pandemic. Okay? Because, yeah, people do talk about postpartum depression after my wife brought it up. We ain't gonna talk about that because before my wife was talking about it, I never heard anybody talking about postpartum depression before we was experiencing it as a family and saying that we should talk about this, but I digress. I ain't here to talk about that. I'm here to say specifically that there are ways to live your life and prevent and strive and grow, and it's twofold. Like Ray Simone said, daily herbal intake from the moment you have that baby for the rest of your life. Period. If you're not drinking herbal tea every day, you at a loss. And if you're taking medicines, you're going to have to phase out the medicines and start taking the herbals. But if you can't do that, keep taking your medicines. Keep doing the pharmacy thing. But the first level, though, daily herbal intake, and you don't give up on the person that you fucking. And you ain't fucking more than one person. Because you can't you can't hormonally handle fucking more than one person. This is just common sense. But music and TV have really fucked y'all brains up. Y'all brains and logic is not matching up with your hormones. And to take your time and take herbal supplements every single day to keep this, to look at your wife and say, okay, whatever happens, you don't have to worry about me leaving, because it's a fucking statue. Like, imagine your relationships in your life and the person that you fuck as a statue. You can't just up and move a statue. That's going to be traumatic if you break a fucking stone wall. When I start to do the study of the herbs, now hoodmystic.com is the platform that I'm blogging all of my research. Every day I'm blogging about the medicinal effects of herbs, and I'm giving y'all the sources. If y'all don't want to tune in and tap in, that's on y'all. But this knowledge of the world is fucking amazing. And if you don't understand the world that you live in based upon your hypnosis, you're going to have to stop. You have to be a big boy. You have to be a big girl and say, this is right and this is wrong. I'm going to do the right shit. The wrong shit can go to hell. I don't care how spiritual you are. I don't care how a motherfucker think that they got the easy button. There's no easy button. There's no sidestep. There's no workaround. These herbs, now, you see the shit all the time, right? But did you ever do the research on antioxidant? Do you know what a free radical is? Right? You seen the word before, don't cap. You know that you heard it before, but to really get into the nitty gritty of antioxidants and free radicals and herbal supplements will save your life. You might live to be 1,000,000 years old if you take herbs every day. Who knows? Because everything they teach you in the medicine is cap. I might say if you drink rose tea every day, you might not ever age. I might say if you drink mugwort every day, your insides might not ever age. I might say if you drink tea every day, you might not age. You might not die if you take herbs every day. You might not. You never know, because the world is completely hypnotized. It's completely hypnotized. Everything that we think we know, like the smart people, easily manipulated. Your smartest, brightest people are the most manipulated and the most hypnotized. People like me, who ain't never had nothing from nobody, but always had an open hand for motherfuckers, can see this shit and can tell you this shit. It's all hypnotism. What's really going to save you and open you up is learning how to handle herbs in all forms and facets, from essential oils. Man, you might think that you need to smoke a blunt before you go to sleep. Am I lying? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You might think you need to get high before you go to sleep. Did you know you could get some pure grade lavender essential oil from Colombian Exchange? Rub that on your back. Rub that on your temple. Do a massage with you and your partner, and y'all to sleep peacefully every single night. Do you know if you snore, you could apply pure essential lavender oil on your chest and you won't snore? Me and my son John, we snore like hogs. My wife said it's amazing. Y'all both don't snore. But we've been imbuing ourselves with lavender essential oil. Now, I did the research and I blogged about it and I talked about it, but shit, I just said, fuck it, I'm going to live that shit too. And this is just my natural results. What would be your natural results? I don't know. But I'm telling you, these miracles are right in front of you. They're easy to accomplish. But one thing, you can't buy some herbs from me, right? Take one drink of, not even drink it, just post online, I bought some herbs. I bought some herbs. And then don't never drink tea. Or drink tea one day, I don't like the way this tastes, and go about your life and say, them herbs really wasn't hitting on nothing. We talking a teaspoon a day, sis, for 21 days. 21 days. Or you ain't nothing but big cap energy. And I ain't talking about Capricorn either. I'm talking about lying to yourself, lying to your health, lying to your well-being. And it's not just if you bought herbs from me, but like, y'all want to do magic before y'all intake herbs. Y'all want to do magic before y'all intake herbs. And I promise you, a year strong of every day, what she said, nettles, oat straw, raspberry leaf, alfalfa, the best herbs during and after pregnancy. You know that shit that they be talking about online, where they be making y'all pay a lot of money talking about snapback tea? I guarantee you be in full snapback mode. I'm sure right now you looking at yourself in the mirror like, I don't like the way that I'm shaped. I don't like the way that this gut hang over my motherfucking pelvic area like this. I'm not feeling none of this. But you ain't gonna drink herbs 2 or 3 times a day. You're not gonna tune in to raspberry leaf. But you like, oh my God, I don't like the way I look. They don't work like that, sis. No. There's no easy way. But it is an easy way. Sis just told you, shit. If you tune in and tap in, because once you do the knowledge on raspberry leaf, it's a uterine toner. And you can visualize what it's doing to your uterus. The rib, it's like a wave that it begins to, it's like a funnel or a downward pyramid. And that V shape, it naturally creates that. But if you want to pay $20 for some snapback tea for a motherfucker scamming you online, go ahead. It might not even have no red raspberry leaf in it. That's irony for your ass. That's irony. Crazy. But I know y'all love the scams. I know y'all love the scams. I know y'all love people talking y'all to death. I know y'all love people lying to y'all. I know y'all love people manipulating y'all into some bullshit. However, you can do it yourself. You are magic. It's just about what you're doing with your life. If you wasting time scrolling, fucking, just, doing dumb shit, and you grown, and you ain't learning new information, taking your health serious, learning how to meditate, quiet your mind, understanding your inside world reflects your outside world, what you think you hiding from people, you really not hiding from people, because people can see it all over your face. It was a song by the Rude Boys featuring Gerald Levert. It was a Cleveland classic. It went something like this. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. You know what I'm saying? So, the only way to deal with this shit is to go inside and then bring that forward. You might not know how to do it. But red raspberry leaf is available. That's classic Cleveland, Jabri. That's classic Cleveland. That shit bleed Cleveland, boy. I'm telling you, that's 93.1 WZAK all day, every day, right there, boy. You just had to be there. If you wasn't there, you just would never understand. But yeah, you gotta tune into these herbs. You can't be winging it out here. And I'm speaking of eating chicken wings. Like you can't be winging it. You gotta have a plan. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta have a clarity of mind. You gotta sleep. You gotta wake up early in the morning before everybody else. You gotta feel good when you wake up. Now think about the weed before you go to sleep. Think about how it distorts you. That I drank wormwood and lemon balm last night, Jabri. That was my tonic last night. You feel me? It's a consciousness, it's an understanding, and it's not fake. The rest of this shit out here, I don't know, fam. I can't for real vouch for a lot of shit. So it's many different reasons and ways and things of that nature, but we all in it to learn. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is learncedario.com, and I wanted to just pose this question. I'm building up a landing page right now. I'm collecting emails. I'm about to create this. Well, it's going to be an online course, but it's also going to be a class portal in combination with the Mystery School. Go ahead and follow us. And that's Mystery School with 2 X's representing the double X chromosome of the divine feminine. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here. And if we think we know, we have no fucking idea. So we all learning and living together. I created my own social media called the Mystery School. That's the Instagram page, but click the link in the bio. Join the Mystery School, and it matters what you contribute to it. Don't go into Mystery School looking for me. Go into Mystery School and see who in your city. Go into Mystery School and talk your shit. Tell us what you on. Because you can talk your shit on Facebook and Instagram. Niggas ain't seeing that shit because of algorithms. So stop living for the cap and start living for the community, right? The Mystery School is where it's at. But in combination with that, building a social media platform over there, just trying to do this shit, bring people in, and, be consistent with the weekly astro reports, things of that nature. I'm transforming it into, learn Cedario. I want you to learn Cedario, but most of my content is going to be, greatly reduced, and I'm going to spend a large time building the Learn Cedario platform. My logic is, if I get 100 viewers on my YouTube videos or Instagram videos, I'd rather have 1 serious student. If I get 200 views on my YouTube videos, I'd rather have 2 serious students, because life is a mystery. And at a certain point, we have to learn. I have to figure out a way for us to learn together, learn as a unit. And it's a serious thing for me. I've invested thousands of dollars into this particular thing we call astrology. And for me, it's like, if a person don't understand how serious astrology is, and they might passively just look at my videos and they don't have a note and they can't add to the conversation, then there's no real energy exchange. But I want to teach astrology into the space where you're able to get downloads and understand the download. So the reason why Sidereal Astrology must be taught and it must be understood, because that's the only astrology that matters. I hear other people say, hey, you got to deal with Western astrology too. You got to, I deal with both of them. It's like I go to the wrong address and I go to the right address. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do the correct thing and I do the wrong thing. I'm just ambidextrous like that. You can do you can do it with the technology, and you would have to, I can read astrocartography charts, but I can't necessarily do them. I could plug in your information and look at it and read the chart the same way I would do it any astrology chart, but it's like, I don't do them, but I do read them. But anyways, let's talk about a day. Let's talk about manipulation. And let's talk about time. Now, when you go to school, they tell you that a day is 24 hours. And for the most part, we say, yeah, a day is 24 hours. At 12 a.m. starts a new day. 12 noon, right? But what if I told you a day is 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 36 seconds? Well, the reality of a day being 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 36 seconds is that there's no room or reasoning for a clock unless it has that understanding. And this is why the world went from analog to digital, for us to keep track of the sidereal time and the sidereal movements. It had to easily be manipulated by a cloud. So where a lot of people get into, the pandemics, it's a larger game at play, and that gameplay is time. Understanding time from a 23-hour, 56-minute perspective. That 23-hour, 56-minute perspective is called a sidereal day. Now, the only way to keep time is through sidereal astrology, because everything else has to be adjusted. You have daylight savings time. Why is daylight savings time a thing? Because every single day you knock off 4 minutes of your life and you don't realize it. Every day. These 4 minutes add up. They add up and they add up. Then you take a whole hour back. Then you push a whole hour forward. If it wasn't for this manipulation, 12 a.m. would be like at 4 p.m. Like, it would be like, oh, it's 12 midnight now. But that's natural. To constantly manipulate time is to constantly trick you out of the fact that you have to wake up and work for somebody. But that's not the reality. Because 12 a.m. is like 3 p.m. or some shit like that right now. 12 a.m. is all types of weird shit right now. But your mind can't even stretch this far because we have been hypnotized into imagining that 24 hours is the correct time. It's not. A new day is when the sun sets and sun rises, but that's never 24 hours away. They say now sidereal time is kind of weird, because as I was looking at it, and I said, well, the sunrise from the sunset is like 12 hours. So how long is a day for real? Like, how long is a day? Because it's not 24 hours. We can just be hypnotized and programmed to believe anything. To believe anything. And that's the scary part. And if you're interested in understanding your astrology, it's very important that we align with these fixed stars. Understanding basic astrology is going to be the first step. But from that, we're going to understand how to combine constellations to understand new stars and new star energy. And once you combine that, understand your chart, understand the transits. It's a lot of information. And I just need to know that you care. Because if you don't care, why would I share the information with you? That don't even make sense. It can't be just important to me. But it's a lot of noise, it's a lot of distraction, and it's a lack of focus. So it came to me like a ton of bricks. Learn Cedario. I was going to get Learn Sidereal Astrology, but I shortened it. And I'm going to create the portal. And I'm going to create the understanding. And I'm going to make sure that whoever's interested will know. I'm sure that whoever wants to tune in and tap into it will tune in and tap into it. And then the people that don't, it don't even matter. Because what I'm talking about is being correct versus being wrong. Anubis over this Libra energy, this Mercury retrograde and all of this shit, heavy Anubis energy, said you can't be a little bit right. You got to be exactly right, down to the measure. And it's very simple. You have to match the herbs to the planetary alignments. You have to take your herbs regularly. You have to fast. You have to drink. You have to be a vegan. You cannot eat meat. If you eat meat, you disqualified. Right? If you don't take herbs every day, you disqualified. If you feel like you just need to eat chicken, you disqualified. Because that's just, if you taking medicines, you disqualified. Pharmaceuticals, you disqualified. It's simple shit that'll start to bring into alignment the correspondence, the true as above, so below, which is the herbal kingdom, which represents the planetary kingdom, which represents trignosis. Everything is hypnosis and trignosis to have you eating chicken in the name of love. To have you drinking alcohol in the name of love. You go to the function, it's Thanksgiving, y'all didn't care. Oh, you fried the turkey this year? I ain't never had fried turkey. Let me try that out. Ooh, I don't care if it's some pork in these beans. These beans got little greens in it, and it don't matter to you. You don't. The problem is you don't care about shit. Spirituality has hypnotized you and tricked you into not caring about shit and looking for an easy way out, when in fact it gave you an easy way out. It told you everything that's been hidden in plain sight. When I look at my medicine cabinet and I look at all the vast array of herbs that we have, I said I didn't even realize. I didn't even know. I was just learning about these things and making small purchases and, you know, frying my bank account and things of that nature. But I get it now. And this has been a conversation between me and my wife all weekend on how this is what we'll begin to do. Move in this direction, and, you know, just so happy that she's on her journey of consistently taking herbs, and I'm seeing her life change, and I'm seeing my life change, and I'm seeing my children's life change. And it's like, not only do we have to, you know, talk about it, but we want to show you what it looks like when we be about it. So I'm excited for my family. I'm excited for everything that's about to happen based upon just the reality of a plan, like a clear understanding of psychic forces and psychic abilities, and being able to see the future by tuning the herbs to the planetary alignments and dealing with the exact sidereal alignments of it all, understanding that night is night and day is day. There is no man-made time structures unless we're setting up an appointment, and that's that. But other than that, man, I haven't talked in a minute, and I just wanted to kind of let people know where my mind is at. Fellas, if you love your child, you love their mother, okay? That's law. You can't tell me that you can't tell me no more that you love your kids, but you ain't telling me how you love their baby mom just as much. Because that's a great part of it, especially if she love you, right? If she don't love your ass and she tell your ass to go to hell, then I understand. But if she be sending you vibes and text messages and you know she ain't got nobody and she just there by herself with the kids and you doing your own thing, you a piece of shit. Don't fuck with me, fam. Don't call me. Don't act like we cool. I understand if she got another dude or whatever that case may be, that's cool. But if she's single with the kids, you always over there, but you doing what you gotta do because you who you are and all that bullshit, you are a fuck nigga. Because loving your kids is loving your child's mother at the sake of your life, nigga. What you mean? You supposed to be there if an intruder come. And if that intruder got the drop on you, you supposed to take a bullet for your family. What you mean? If you're going to take a bullet for your family, then you can't act like it's up with their ass. You know what I'm saying? So, peace, man. I'm about to head up out of here, about to get some work done. I just wanted to share a quick message on postpartum depression and Sidereal Astrology and some things that I've been working on throughout this week. But I'll be coming with more shit this week. I haven't really been doing nothing, really. I've been dealing with some family things. I haven't really done no work, really. So I have to, get reacclimated and readjusted. I'm at the office right now, so I'm about to pull up, open up my laptop, and focus on some work. So I have a lot more details in the future. But it's very important to love your wife. It's very important to love your family at all expenses. That shit come first. As a man, you got to be willing to die for that shit too. This is why they call orgasm little death. Because it's what you would do for your family. If you able to get some treasure. Now, I know y'all devalue women and shit like that. I don't devalue women. If a woman, my wife, gives me sweet loving, you got to die for that shit. But if you don't value yourself, you're not going to value your partner, even if your partner don't value you. See, my value comes from within. My value don't come from my wife. However, because I value myself, I value her. But this is the attitude that tribal men must have when they have children, because your children's life depends on your mother's sanity. These are things that I have to learn. I didn't know this all my life. I didn't know this my whole life. I learned this shit though. So all things can be solved. All things can be overcame. All things can be healed with the power of a good herb. Daily application. Stop acting like you need to smoke tobacco. Stop acting like you need to drink alcohol. Stop acting like you need to do all of this extra shit. Pop pills. You don't need to do none of that shit. You need to stop, remove the hypnosis, Start taking daily herb supplements. Get you some pure essential oil. Don't get you none of that fufu shit. Don't get you none of that fufu essential oil that your friend made. Don't fuck with that shit. That's mostly almond oil or coconut oil or some bullshit, whatever. Like, come on now. What you need is to find out who's distilling the purest essential oil and get that shit. If you got some real essential oil, get that shit. Start massaging yourself with that. Start putting it in your lotions. Start putting it in your moisturizer. Start putting it in your soaps. Start healing yourselves with herbs. Stop being a fuck nigga. We all learning. So, peace to, hope y'all learned it. Hope y'all learned something from this conversation. Hope it got you into, in a space, if you want to stop smoking something, you're going to have to deal with the emotional reason as to why you smoking. Because it's something that you not dealing with that's making you want to smoke a Newport. For me, I'm 37 years old. I didn't even understand about credit till this year. That's a damn shame, right? When I got my credit in, I'm getting my credit in order. It's like, damn, it's a lot of things that I don't even be feeling like I need to do no more. So I believe that you could stop smoking Newports. I stopped smoking Newports. My wife stopped smoking Newports. You can stop. You know what I'm saying? Start taking a daily herbal supplement. You know what I'm saying? As you begin to strengthen your hormonal understanding, it's going to be easier to stop. Hard to stop if you hormonally imbalanced, right? Black pepper oil, see? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff out there. And definitely the mugwort and the mullein and skullcap, good smokable herbs. Rose, start smoking rose petals. Start taking a rose bath. Start loving yourself. Start looking at yourself as a beautiful goddess, which you are. You know what I'm saying? And really see the goddess in you and be like, do the goddess in me smoke Newports? Nope. And start imbuing yourself with that rose energy, that rose oil. You'll get there. It's easy. Start telling yourself it's easy to stop smoking cigarettes. That shit ain't nothing. If you tell yourself it's going to be so fucking hard, you know what I'm saying? You're going to create that energy. It's that anxiety. Lemon balm, chamomile. Lemon balm, chamomile tea every single day. If you drink lemon, I challenge you. I give you $100 if you drink lemon balm, chamomile tea every day and you don't want to stop smoking cigarettes. I guarantee you. But you got to do it every single day, though. I'll give you $100 if you do it and it don't work. I promise. Y'all all heard me say it. So, call me on that shit. And I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.